What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We're going to be starting off with a doubly about Iran. The first one's titled, U.S. seizes Iranian ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Then the second of the doubly there, Iran threatening to retaliate following the U.S. seizure. And that's okay. They could just make a deal, but, they don't want to do that. Then we got a video titled, California bill could prevent Nick Shirley from revealing more fraud. This is something we've been kind of talking about off and on for the last week or so, or we were doing it last week, so I figured we would cover a video on it. They're calling it the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Then we got a video titled, Neighbor Reacts to Fire That Leaves 7 Dead. Now, they suspect it has to do with a propane leak, which is why I don't trust propane, but I know a lot of people think it's better than electric. Then we got a video titled, U.S. Tariff Refund Process Begins, but it's not for us. It's not us. We're not getting checks in the mail like everybody thought was going to happen. We're giving refunds to those that had to pay tariffs because SCOTUS ruled against it. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Get Some, and it's titled, A Small Threat. Then getting back into the news, we have a video titled, FBI Kash Patel sues The Atlantic saying drinking report is false. This is also a doubly. Second video, Schumer calls on Kash Patel to resign amid damning reporting on his deranged behavior. I think they should include Schumer in this defamation lawsuit. Then we have a video titled, Los Angeles woman accused of trafficking weapons for Iran. Now, I think she should be getting the worst of the worst. They're saying she's facing 20 years. I think it should be worse than that, but, that's just my opinion. Then we have a video titled, 8 children killed in I don't know how you say this place, in a domestic shooting. I don't know what that word is, but it's somewhere near Louisiana, I believe. Then for the last little bit of the news, lefties losing it, and today it's titled, Delusional Megan claims she's the most trolled person on Earth. That's on Earth. Anyways, then getting into the fun stuff, we're going to be opening today's puzzle advent calendar. It was provided by Watchmen. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Colty, and it's titled, The Jeep Pogo Stick. Then the official funny video of the day is provided by Sly Dog, and that one's titled, Not Fit, Just Funny. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. My eyeball is still twitching. I think it's day 8 of my left eye twitching. I don't know how we fix it. I've tried about everything at this point. We're going to need the K-bar. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Gassum? What's up, Green Eyes? What's up, Wrench? What's up, Salty Ragoon? What's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom, you hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Kicks, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. Appreciate you racing in the chat, Kicks. What's up, Wrench? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate you being omnipresent. What's up, Deb? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom. Let me see, scrolling through here. What's up, Ramsey? What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Shane? What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. You guys hit that like button over on Rumble. See if we can get us back on the front page. And what is up, everyone, over on the GoofTube? Snooks, you were first today. I appreciate you, Snooks. Kicks, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Salty Regu, you were omnipresent. Klaus Daniels, you need to sit your butt down. Klaus Daniels is in trouble. He bit me in the face yesterday. You can't see it on the live, but he bit me here on my forehead, and they bit me in my hairline here. I was laying down, he was standing on my chest, and he got me. I don't know. He's lucky to be alive right now. He tries that shit again, it'll be the last time. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom. Mrs. Satan, appreciate you being here. Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. What's up, Sniff and Glue? Happy freedom to you. You guys are welcome to hit that like button over on the GoofTube as well. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. For everybody that watches on Twitch, if you're tired of Twitch's shit, you should move over to Kick, because Kick actually helps keep the live rolling, and it's a better platform, so you should go check it out. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What is your name? Julie? I think it's Julie. I'm not sure. We'll see. Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Blaze? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting with a doubly here, all about Iran. Now, on Saturday, I believe it was, for all the platforms that we were live on Saturday, we covered a video talking about if people tested us in the strait that we would seize their ship, and well, they thought we were joking. We're not joking. We are not joking. So hit that like button and let's get into this.
The U.S. stopped and seized an Iranian-flagged vessel in the Strait of Hormuz over the weekend. NPR's Aya Batrawi reports.
In a grainy edited video released by Central Command, U.S. Marines are shown rappelling onto an Iranian-flagged vessel after U.S. forces struck its engine. CENTCOM says the commercial ship failed to comply with repeated U.S. warnings over a 6-hour period Sunday as it sailed in the Arabian Sea toward Iran. President Trump says U.S. Marines now have custody of the vessel. Iran's Revolutionary Guard warned it will take the necessary action against the U.S. military for the seizure of that ship, without elaborating. The U.S. is blocking the transit of Iranian cargo ships in international waters around Iran, as Iran continues blocking most ships from passing through the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, India says it summoned Iran's ambassador for attacks Saturday on 2 Indian vessels in the Persian Gulf. Aya Batrawi, NPR News, Dubai.
I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News. For more of today's news, be sure to like and follow us, or check out NPR News.
Oh, I was muted. Either way, like I was saying, getting into the second of this doubly here, Iran threatening to retaliate against us in retaliation for the U.S. seizure here. And like I said, or like I was trying to tell you guys, it's annoying dealing with stuff going like this because Iran is claiming that they don't want to play ball with us. They're not going to cooperate. They don't want to make a deal. But then every time we see President Trump, he's saying the opposite. He's saying that they're eager to make a deal and they can't wait for this to be over and all this stuff. And I'm tired of the clashing. So either way, getting in the second of the doubly here. Once again, Iran threatening to retaliate following the U.S. seizure. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
And Iran is threatening to retaliate after the U.S. seized an Iranian cargo ship trying to break the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz. The escalations threatened to derail a fragile ceasefire. President Trump had said peace talks would continue today, but Iran says it never agreed to a second round of talks. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley is at the White House with more.
President Donald Trump says U.S. negotiators are ready to head to Islamabad for this new round of negotiations. The big question that remains this morning is whether or not these talks will fall apart before they even get going. Iranian state media saying on X that its leaders will not take part in the next round of talks. Meanwhile, President Trump posting on Sunday saying U.S. negotiators would be in Pakistan today. He also accused Iran of violating the ceasefire, which expires this coming Wednesday. All of this coming as Iran's president is accusing the U.S. of bullying and unreasonable behavior and raising concerns the U.S. could betray diplomacy again, as he put it. The U.S. delegation will be led by Vice President J.D. Vance, as it was last time, along with other top officials. And Iran is expected to send its foreign minister and senior leaders. But Iranian state media, citing unnamed sources, is suggesting the talks won't take place. And so far, there's been no official confirmation from Iranian leaders. Officials say this was already a narrow window to make a deal. And if Iran doesn't participate, that window could close fast. President Trump warning that if talks fall through, the U.S. will hit Iranian power plant bridges. That's a threat he's made previously. The White House says all military options remain on the table should these talks fall through and shift back to escalation. Reporting at the White House, I'm Trevor Shirley for News Nation.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, next up, California bill could prevent Nick Shirley from revealing more fraud. They're calling it the Stop Nick Shirley Act, or at least that's what the Republicans are calling it. It's coming up next. So first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the situation in Iran. Once again, the first video saying that we seized the ship in the strait after we struck their engine because they were ignoring our commands for 6 hours. Then the second video, Once again, they brought up the ship failed to follow our commands in the strait, so we seized it. Now Iran is threatening to back out of the ceasefire. JD Vance is supposed to be heading to Pakistan once again for more peace talks. But Iran claims that they never agreed to a second round of peace talks. So I guess JD Vance is going there just to waste tax doll hairs, according to Iran, if you want to believe Iran. Trump says that if Iran doesn't make a deal, we're going to hit their power plants and their bridges, which they said before when President Trump made these threats last time. They said it would be considered war crimes, or at least that's what Democrats are saying. And so we'll see how this all turns out. Like I said, next up, the Stop Nick Shirley Act. But first, we're going to hop in the chat. Ranch, no more deals, lights out. Yeah, I think the only reason President Trump doesn't make good on these threats is because it's only going to hurt him. I think he needs the deal. He needs them to make a deal. It would be easy for them to become the 51st state, but it's going to make him look bad because they used to call him the president of peace, and they've been questioning that because of this whole Iran situation. If he wipes them off the planet, then they ain't going to be calling him the president of peace anymore. So I think he's in a position where he needs the deal. He needs it for his vanity. I think they can't actually hurt us the way they are right now. So all we got is this little struggle where they need to make a deal and they won't because they're being stubborn, and it's not going to benefit us to glass them. It's going to make President Trump look bad. And so he's like, come on, make a deal, like and making big threats and stuff for everybody to kind of keep the ball rolling. But I think in reality, we're at a stalemate right now, and they just have to make a deal because President Trump cares a lot about his vanity. And like I said, I don't think they're actually a threat to us at this point, but we will see how it all turns out. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Russell, all our president have catered to Iran's needs. Now we have strength. Yeah, I think we're in a situation where we're just kind of waiting on them. They need to figure it out. Green Eyes, they've had enough chances. Blow them up. They're not cooperating. Done. Yeah, that's what I think too. But I just don't think he will because he needs it to look like he's the president of peace. That's just my opinion, though. Russell at Shreveport, is that how it's said? Thank you for letting me know because I could not figure that out. Saldregu, show me on the doll. I'm telling you, Klaus bit me right in the face, and he wasn't messing around. He was going to latch onto me right here, but I put my hands up, and he was getting me right in my head. He's lucky to be alive, I'm telling you. It's just like this. Like Wrench posted over on the website. This is exactly what it was like, but I was laying in bed, and he was standing on my chest, and I was petting him, and he just, I don't know, he lost his marbles, but he didn't get to eat Fancy Feast yesterday because of that, and so he needs to lose the weight anyways. I've been shaming him all day. He's got one more of those and he'll be living outside. Thank you so much, Colty, for the doll hair over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Colty. Thank you so much for the support. It says, damn, Rumble not giving notifications for you. You guys got to join Discord or Telegram. It's the best way to get notifications instead of relying on these platforms and stuff. I'm still trying to build notifications for the website, but until we have like an actual APK, like an actual app, the notifications are going to be hit and miss because it's all based on your browser and your settings and how active your browser is and the last time you used it and a bunch of other variables out there. So the best way to be notified when we go live is to be a part of Discord or Telegram, or you can be a part of both if you want to. But thank you so much, Colty, for the doll hair, and you're the first dono of the day. I appreciate you, Colty. And thank you for the second doll hair over on Rumble. You're a badass, Colty. This is loud and clear now. So the deal with the muted thing, the reason this is happening so much lately is because we switched software. We're back on OBS, which is the original live streaming software. And the meters are opposite of how I've had it for the last 4 or 5 years. And so I'm used to the meters being stacked, and at the bottom is my voice. And if it's off, you can't hear me. But in this situation, that's where the beats are. And so I'm glancing over at the meters. I see the beats playing. I assume you guys can hear me. But that's not the case. It'll take me some time to get used to it. But thank you for letting me know that I was muted. Snooks, Rumble's fine. Why are you saying that? I guess I'll figure it out in a second, but thank you for letting me know. Green Eyes, what happened to 9 lives? Klaus, he's on his last straw. He's on his last straw, I know that. On his last leg. What's up, David? Happy freedom to you. MU Klaus is gonna need counseling. Nah, he's gonna need to put his dukes up. He bites me again. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Chaps, I'm telling you, you need to go to Kick. What's up, Bugs? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, they're just love bites. They were not love bites. It was not love bites. He was trying to mull me. I don't know how to explain it. I got it on camera, but I don't really want to show you guys my security camera footage, but he did. He was not being nice. He was not being nice. If he wasn't so elusive, he probably wouldn't be here right now. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, JF? Happy freedom. He's a naughty kitty over here doing this stuff. I'm telling you, I didn't feed him fancy feast yesterday. He's a little bastard. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bulky? Happy freedom to you. Tony Rez, no pants Monday. That's right. What's up, Puffin Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Glass? Happy freedom to you. It's cold in Texas, 58 today. Yeah, when I got up this morning at 7, I think it was 22 degrees outside. We're in the last of the cold days here, though. It'll be warm weather pretty much after this week, I'm assuming. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Grenados? Happy freedom to you. Total Care, flick the ear and give him an attitude adjustment. He's going to get something. Snokes, yeah, I figured it out. What's up, Nick? Happy freedom to you. Nick, yeah. I don't know. Something that I get to enjoy being on this side of the screen is watching you guys make fun of that story where it says vet kills 8 kids. Watching you guys make fun of it, knowing how tragic the story actually is. When we get to that story, you guys are going to be like, oh, I shouldn't have been saying that shit. And so it's funny to sit here and watch you guys make fun of it when you don't know. That story is fucking tragic, but that's all right. I know how hooligans are. So Slampire, happy freedom to you. Wish my eyeballs stopped twitching. It's stress. It's gotta be stress. Russell, I'm tired of winter. Yeah, I had to scrape the window when I woke up this morning. I was like, this is the last time I'm doing this winter. Bill Clay, he really is an assault Klaus. He is. He better keep his teeth to himself. He's gonna get tuned up. He's gonna be a toothless Klaus. He better chill out. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, California bill to prevent Nick Shirley from revealing more fraud. The Republicans are calling it the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Now, of course, it's happening in California, and the politicians are real soft out there. At least they act like they're real soft, and they're using their victimhood to try and pass this bill. Of course, it's full-blown infringement on our freedom of speech, our First Amendment here, so we'll see what California decides to do. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
YouTuber Nick Shirley calling out a proposed California bill that he claims would criminalize investigative journalism, including his viral efforts to expose fraud in the state.
Correspondent Heather Myers is live in San Diego with the details on this. Heather, good morning.
Good morning to you, Sean and Christine. The author of this bill, which is California Assembly Bill 2624, is Democratic Assemblywoman Mia Bonta. And if her last name sounds familiar, it is. In fact, her husband is the Attorney General of California, Rob Bonta. So Republicans have nicknamed this bill the Stop Nick Shirley Act, and it aims to, quote, protect the privacy and stop the harassment of those who provide services to immigrants. It would put into place restrictions around recording and posting content, including names and workplace or home addresses of those who work for these taxpayer-funded organizations. Anyone who posts these videos or photo could be subject to a $10,000 fine, jail time, and even forced to take the content down. But critics are raising concerns about how far those limits could go. Nick Shirley, who built a large online following investigative alleged fraud, says the bill could end up criminalizing investigative journalism.
For instance, if this bill is passed, the Quality Learning Center that was in Minnesota would be protected from being exposed. That is absolutely crazy.
So Assemblywoman Mia Bonta says this is about protecting privacy and preventing harassment and doxing for the workers who work at these taxpayer-funded organizations who, again, provide services to immigrants. She says it's not about shutting down legitimate reporting.
Individuals who were investigating were journalists. This bill it ensures that we protect lawful free speech and opportunity for criticism.
California Democrat politicians not only won't do anything about the fraud, but they're going after the people who are trying to uncover these crimes and the waste of taxpayer money. It is shameful, and all of these politicians ought to be called on the carpet.
So this bill has already passed through the first committee, and if it does become law, Republican Assemblyman Carl DeMaio, who you just heard from at the end there, says this is sure to face a legal battle. Reporting live in San Diego, I'm Heather Myers. Christina, Sean, I'll send it back to you.
I'm Sean.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. See if they pass or not. You never know with California. The problem is if they do pass it in California, other states will jump right on it and start passing their own Stop Nick Shirley Act kind of stuff. They're saying that this bill is to protect the privacy and stop the harassment of those that provide services to illegals. Fuck those people. They're saying it restricts recording and posting content related to these workers. Penalties include 10,000 doll hairs and fines, jail time, and being forced to take the content down. Which I don't know why they read it in that order, because it seems like taking the content down is where it would start, but okay. Obviously, this is straight up infringement on our First Amendment right, and it's unconstitutional for them to do this. But again, it's California, so if they decide to pass it, then we got to worry about other states doing the same thing. Next up, a neighbor reacts to fire that leaves 7 dead. Now, they think it's related to a propane leak, which is why I don't trust propane. And I know a lot of people rather have propane than electric. It is what it is, but either way, it smokes 7. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Ranch, that's why Klaus attacked you. He thought you were getting freaky and winking at him. Yeah, well, he better keep his ass chilled out, because he will be living outside. I sacrificed a lot to have Klaus. I like Klaus a lot. He's the best kitty I've ever had. But I got a lot of stuff in here that needs to be repaired, and it's not just because he's here. Plus, I spent a lot of doll hairs feeding him and providing for him every month. So he better become more grateful, or he will be relocated. Ramsey, they're going to enforce it hardcore until the Supreme Court stops them. Yeah, I could totally see that. Happy freedom to you, Ramsey. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Otters? Happy freedom to you. Otters, Klaus will work for Fancy Feast. Yeah. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I forgot today was 420. I was going to wear my green hooligan shirt, and I totally forgot today was 420. Kicks, that's straight up communism. It is communism, for sure. Trying to shut down independent reporting. Otters, I hope they do go after Nick and it goes right up to the Supreme Court. It's a First Amendment violation. Yeah. Depp Harry, I like Nick. They want to shut him down. Yeah, they'd rather go after him than go after the fraud. I'm doing all right, Dutton. How are you doing today? Lone Wolf, Crazy Callie. Yeah. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom to you. Cass, yeah. Stress is why my eyeballs twitching. I've been taking all kinds of vitamins and stuff, thinking I was going to fix my eye, and I wake up the next day and it's like flickering on the left side. I'm like, man, I'm sick of it. Like I said, it's been 7 or 8 days. Southern Eagleman, today's my son's birthday, 28 years old. Well, happy birthday to Southern Eagleman Jr., we'll call it. I hope today kicks ass for you. That's awesome. I love birthdays. Thank you for letting us know, Southern Eagleman. Happy birthday to him. Jeff, I can't buy weed because my kid is friends with the town's drug detective kid. That's too bad. Weed is so legal here in Michigan, you pretty much just smell it driving around and stuff. That's why I forgot it was 420. It's 420 every day here. Done. You doing kid stuff? That's always fun, having crazy kids in the house. What's up, Canna? Happy Freedom. Oh, I've been taking magnesium and electrolytes and stuff. It's stress getting the best of me. What's up, JP? Happy Freedom to you. Just closed the tab. I did not mean to do that. It happens. Russell, I've had potassium. Salty Regular, what is this weed you speak of? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know anything about that, Salty Regular. Alright, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, neighbor reacts to fire that leaves 7 dead. They're saying their house exploded. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick. If you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. This right here is why I don't trust propane and propane accessories. Come on, do the thing. There we go. There we go. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
It's a devastating scene here along this section of Long Run Road in Lamar Township after police say 7 people died. The house that caught fire is completely gone. All that's left standing is a couple of garages and a barn next door.
I didn't know what the boom was at first because it was odd that it shook the house, and I mean, living close to a stone quarry, I thought they used to blast over there, and that's what it reminded me of.
Christina Duck lives down the street from this home on Long Run Road in Lamar Township that caught fire and exploded early Sunday morning. She says she and her daughter were eating breakfast when the flames started.
I heard a boom and I could feel it, and I got up and looked out the window and I could see the flames through the windows, and I come running outside, and within a minute the whole house was completely engulfed.
Duck says she saw others running down the street calling 911. She says it wasn't long until fire crews were here.
I came back inside because my daughter was in there and we were watching out the window, and emergency personnel started arriving in their personal vehicles, and then the fire trucks started showing up.
The Clinton County Emergency Management Director says that 17 fire and emergency companies were on scene. Duck says it wasn't long until much of the house was gone.
They started calling in extra units, and I believe it was a second alarm fire. We have a scanner, so I was listening to it on there, and yeah, it by the time they got there, there was no saving that house. It went up so fast.
Duck says the family who lived in the house had just moved in a couple of months ago. She says the home has been for sale for a while. Duck says she would always see the kids outside playing. Members of the Amish community arrived earlier to start cleaning up what was left behind and also pay respects to the 7 who perished in the fire. In Clinton County, Justin Gick, Newswatch 16.
I'm not sure if his name was Justin Dick or what, but that's kind of what it sounded like. It's just derailing the whole story. It's very distracting. Anyways, they're saying the 7 people kicked the bucket, including a 34-year-old mother and 6 children that were between the ages of 2 and 11 years old. They died in this house explosion and fire. Authorities suspect that it was caused by a propane leak inside of the home. They say the exterior tanks were not involved. Now, I had to Google stuff in order to find that information because they didn't really talk about it in the video. But that seems to be what it's all based around. They think that it was a propane leak, which is really awful. Smoking 7 there. Next up, U.S. tariff refund process begins. We have to give the doll hairs back because we were charging for tariffs, and then SCOTUS turned around and ruled against it, which I didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the 7 that were just smoked because of a propane leak, or at least that's what they suspect. Matt Rogers, our house is propane, well water, septic, get solar, and we could go off grid. Yeah. A lot of people here like propane and stuff, but I'm just not familiar with it. Every house I've ever lived in has been electric, so it's hard for me to trust propane. Wrench. I don't have a choice. That's all I can get here. Yeah. A lot of houses are set up for propane. Well, at least they are here. Colty, wow, that's sad. Yeah, absolutely. Otters, propane stinks. Does propane have a smell? I thought it didn't have a smell, but maybe it does have a smell. Don't they add the smell into it because it doesn't naturally have a smell? I don't know. I remember somebody talking to me about it. It was years ago, though. Lone Wolf, I smoked for years. First 20 days of quitting, felt like my lungs were on fire 24/7. It was so hard. You're 20 days in. Well, congratulations to you, Lone Wolf. That's badass. If you do it a week, you can do it a month. If you can do it a month, you can do it a year. If you can do it a year, you're done. You're completely done. I smoked 2 packs a day, Marlboro Red 100s for 7 years, and I just quit one day. And that's why I just told everybody I quit. That's what helped me quit. Was telling every single person, like it was a part of my identity. It was the easiest way to quit because anytime I felt, it wasn't that I felt cravings, it was the habits. I was just used to doing it. It was, it was time to do this. And by telling everybody when I would go to participate, they would say, oh, I thought you quit. And that would remind me, would shock me out of it. And I would be like, oh, yeah, you're right. And that's what kept me from falling off the wagon. Just walk around, told everybody I quit. So congratulations to you. You're a badass. Kevin, 67 days, smoke-free today, no weed either. Congrats to you, Kevin. You're awesome. Keep kicking ass out there. Heck yeah. Major, the Cowboy Killers. Yeah, absolutely. It's a bugs. Happy Freedom to you if I can get you already. They add the smell to the natural gas. Propane just stinks on its own. Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I'm confusing it with natural gas. My feed, happy freedom to you. Very sad, and they add the sulfur smell to it. Yeah. What's up, Salty 69er? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Will? Happy freedom to you. Can't cook on an electric stove? Why not? Because you just prefer the fire instead of the coils. The coils suck, especially if you use like a wok, like you cooking Chinese food on a wok. And the coils is trash. You gotta have fire to cook it properly. What's up, Shanti? Happy freedom to you. They haven't smoked a cigarette in 4 years. You're a badass, Shanti. I didn't realize we had so many quitters amongst us. You guys are fantastic. What's up, Blonde Beard? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sandra's Library? Happy freedom to you. They had a garlic smell when it's running out or it's leaking. I wonder why they couldn't smell it. Maybe it was underneath the house. Like the crawl space, sometimes it enters in through there. Maybe that's why they couldn't smell it. I mean, you got 6 kids in the house. Maybe there's other things that smell like that. You never know. Here, Juicer, I quit for 5 days when I was in sad people jail. Those patches give you crazy nightmares. Yeah. I totally believe that. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, U.S. tariff refund process begins. Got to give those doll hairs back. I don't know why SCOTUS waited so long to rule on it. Just collecting debt, I guess, because that's what we needed. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Today, the Trump administration is launching an online portal to start refunding billions of dollars in tariff refunds. Alex Hogan has more.
Thanks to our strong policy on tariffs, we cut our gaping trade deficit.
2 months after the Supreme Court struck down most of President Trump's tariffs, his administration is launching a new system to begin refunding $166 billion to American importers.
It's a bit hard to navigate, but sending a paper check to everyone through the mail would be it would just be impractical.
Beginning today, businesses can start claiming refunds through an online portal run by Customs and Border Protection. They will be processed in phases, beginning with more recent tariff payments. As of last week, the agency says more than 56,000 businesses had completed registration, totaling $127 billion in refunds.
Most likely they don't realize that all refunds are electronic and that they need to be set up in the automated commercial environment in order to receive those refunds.
If the claim is approved, CBP estimates the money will be issued within 60 to 90 days. Still, Democrats warn the broader use of tariffs is far from over. After the Supreme Court's ruling, the White House moved to impose new tariffs under a separate legal authority.
President Trump campaigned on the promise that he would lower costs, but his record while in office has been the exact opposite. His reckless tariffs have raised prices on food and everyday goods.
It's still unclear how much consumers will benefit from the refund process. Some companies like FedEx and Costco say they plan to use these funds to compensate customers. In Washington, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Okay. Well, gotta pay back the tariffs now. That's always fun. Now they're saying that the Trump administration has launched an online portal to provide refunds from the tariffs because SCOTUS ruling against Trump's tariffs, and now we owe $166 billion in tariff refunds. They mentioned that the Trump administration has instated new tariffs under a different legal strategy. Some companies are claiming that they're going to use these refunds to compensate customers, which I'm sure is not true. I guess there is a lot of businesses that are trying to create ways to make their products more affordable because Americans just aren't buying them anymore. People are buying the essentials because they can't afford anything else. So McDonald's is doing a campaign that's supposed to be coming out next month. It's going to have affordable meals and stuff like that. And there's other companies that are trying to do the same thing because they've just raised the price to the point where everybody's out of their price point. And so now that they're losing out on those doll hairs. I don't know. Next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Get Some and is titled A Small Threat. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about us having to pay back $166 billion in tariffs because SCOTUS ruling against the tariffs themselves. Green Eyes, doesn't Trump have a chance to appeal, or is that not an option for the tariffs? I'm not sure because it's with SCOTUS. So I don't know if he can appeal, but I'm not sure that they are trying to appeal because they're taking another path. They're instating the tariffs in a different avenue, I guess. And that's what President Trump was saying right after they ruled on it, that he wasn't worried about it because they were going to charge tariffs in a different way that maybe wouldn't have such a legal hurdle. But I don't know. I don't know why SCOTUS waited so long to where we racked up $166 billion in tariffs that we're going to have to pay back. I don't know why they waited and allowed that to happen. And if there was a plan B, something that was less of a hurdle, why didn't President Trump take that path in the first place instead of doing this that potentially put us in the situation that we're in now? So I'm not really sure. Guess maybe Somalia will refund the $200 billion they stole. Yeah, I doubt it. I think that they should go a couple years without taxing us since they're finding all this fraud. Paying all these fraudsters out here. Otters, it'll even out if we get the money back from Ukraine or the fraud. Yeah, exactly. Major, no matter what, we'll always get shafted. Definitely seems that way. Cass, $166 billion. That's insane. That's why I didn't think SCOTUS was going to rule against it, because I was like, well, why would they want to create that much debt? If they rule in favor of it, then there's no debt and everything's fine and we're all getting $2,000 checks before 2027. But if they rule against it, then we're screwed. We got debt and no more checks, and then they turn around and ruled against it. Toolcare, Dollar Tree isn't going to lower prices? No, probably not. I doubt any of these companies are going to lower prices. They'll get those doll hairs one way or another. JF deport illegals and seize their assets, pay the debt with it. Yeah, they should. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Otters, SCOTUS, America last and make enemies of the people. Yeah. Nothing good happens on Capitol Hill. I know that. What's up, Lee? Happy freedom to you. Will, you cannot appeal the Supreme Court? Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Lee, we got McDonald's the other night. Haven't had it in a long time. 3 Big Macs and 2 fries. $29 doll hairs. Yeah, it's very expensive to eat McDonald's. I used to not get full on McDonald's because you don't get full, you just feel sick. Now I can't afford to get full on McDonald's. What's up, guess who? Happy freedom to you. Guess who? Trump's gonna be like, Supreme Court will take the money. With what army? I mean, he might have to strong arm the Supreme Court. That'd be entertaining, I know that. Lone Wolf, just glad Swalwell's out. Ilhan is next, I hope. Yeah. Well, especially with all the exposure she's getting. President Trump and J.D. Vance are taking turns during interviews saying she's banging her brother and she needs to be deported and all this other stuff. So she might be next. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, next up, midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today was provided by Get Some. Let's get this pulled up real quick. Like I said, this is provided by Get Some and it's titled A Small Threat.
What would you do?
Dad, I got this. If we broke in your house.
Problem solved. Getting back into the news here. Next up, we got a doubly. It's all about Kash Patel. It's titled. The first video is titled FBI's Patel sues the Atlantic saying drinking report is false. In the second video, Schumer calls on Kash Patel to resign amid damning reporting on his deranged behavior. Both those videos are coming up next, but first I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open a browser, go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this video pulled up, this doubly here. We're always covering President Trump going after people for defamation. This time we got Kash Patel. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube. And let's get into this.
FBI Director Kash Patel has filed a defamation lawsuit against The Atlantic and its reporter Sarah Fitzpatrick after the publication of an article on Friday alleging the director had a drinking problem that could pose a threat to national security. The magazine's story, initially titled "Kash Patel's Erratic Behavior Could Cost Him His Job," cited more than 24 anonymous sources expressing concern at Patel's conspicuous inebriation and unexplained absences that alarmed officials at the FBI and the Department of Justice. The Atlantic titled the piece "The FBI Director is MIA" in its online version, which also reported that during Patel's tenure, the FBI had to reschedule early meetings as a result of his alcohol-fueled nights, and that Patel is often away or unreachable, delaying time-sensitive decisions needed to advance investigations. In the Atlantic story, the White House, the Department of Justice, and Patel denied the allegations. The article included a statement from the FBI attributed to Patel, quote, "Print it, all false. I'll see you in court. Bring your checkbook." Patel is now seeking $250 million in damages. In an interview with Reuters, Patel said, quote, "The Atlantic story is a lie," adding, "They were given the truth before they published and they chose to print falsehoods anyway." The Atlantic said in a statement that it stands by its reporting and will vigorously defend the organization and its journalists against what it called a meritless lawsuit.
Okay, so like I said, got a doubly here, so that's the whole deal. This next video is Chuck Schumer responding to it in all the wrong ways, and I think that he should be included in the defamation lawsuit since he wants to carry the lies. And he's obviously doing it with malicious intent because he's right there on Capitol Hill where Kash Patel is. And so, well, you'll see. Just listen to the things that Chuck Schumer says, and it's very clear that he should be a part of this defamation lawsuit as well. Either way, hit that like button. Let's get into this.
On Kash Patel, the American people expect competence from the president's cabinet, not the unmitigated and continuing chaos we see every day. Over the weekend, more damning reports about FBI Director Kash Patel's disorderly, drunken, and deranged behavior came to light. The Atlantic's reporting only confirmed what Senate Democrats have said from the start. Kash Patel is not simply unqualified. He's a grave risk to the rule of law and to American national security. I have called on Acting Attorney General Blanche to preserve all records, all communications, and other evidence regarding Kash Patel's dangerous behavior before the Trump administration tries to brush it under the rug. Again, we're calling on Acting Attorney General Blanche to preserve all records, communications, and other evidence regarding Kash Patel's dangerous behavior before the Trump administration tries to brush it under the rug. The Atlantic interviewed dozens of people who have observed Patel's erratic behavior, his excessive drinking. Apparently, Patel frequently misses key briefings and meetings because he's too hungover to attend. Patel's security detail often struggles to wake him up after his nights of partying, and once even had to ask for breaching equipment because Patel was unresponsive behind a locked door. All of this is made even worse by the reports of Kash Patel's constant jet setting on the taxpayer's dime, his illegal crusade against Trump's political enemies, and his purge of countless counterintelligence officers who focused on Iran just days before Trump launched this reckless war. Americans deserve steady, sober leadership from their FBI director, and they're not getting it, it seems, in any way. Kash Patel's job is to protect the American people and our Constitution, not to party on the job. Patel must resign immediately. Every day he remains in office subjects America to serious and unnecessary risks.
Okay. So like I said, I think that they should put Schumer in that lawsuit as well because he's carrying those lies. And he's not just like stating his opinions. He's saying that they've all witnessed this behavior and that it's about time that it became public. So I don't know how he would escape defamation when he's speaking, in that kind of tone. But either way, they're saying in the first video, Kash Patel is suing the Atlantic for defamation because they describe him as having a drinking problem. They say that the Atlantic was given truthful information and decided to publish lies instead, which in my opinion helps prove that they did it intentionally and they did it maliciously, which is needed in these kind of lawsuits. We just covered a video about President Trump suing somebody, I can't remember who it was, suing somebody for defamation, and it got rejected because they said that he couldn't prove that, it was possibly the New York Times, or maybe it was the Washington Post. It was somebody for posting that supposed birthday card that they said that President Trump drew and wrote and provided to Epstein, where it was some inappropriate silhouette of a woman or something that had some explicit language in it. They claimed that that was a birthday card from President Trump to Epstein. They posted a bunch of information about it. President Trump went after them for defamation. The judge rejected it, saying that he did not prove in that lawsuit that they did that maliciously, like saying that they were just reporting on it. They weren't trying to defame President Trump. And so he can appeal, and that, we'll cover that when we get an update. But in this situation, I think that them stating that they provided truthful information, but the Atlantic supposedly decided to publish lies instead, shows malice. And so that's probably going to help the lawsuit in Patel's favor. In the second video there, Schumer claims that the Atlantic article is something that the Democrats already know about, and then goes on to continue to demonize Kash Patel, saying that he needs to resign. And like I said, Schumer, I think, should be included in the defamation lawsuit because he's also maliciously, spreading these lies and stuff, and not just saying, well, he thinks that could be true, putting the blame on the Atlantic. Instead, he's saying that they've witnessed this behavior themselves. So they are in the same boat as the Atlantic in this situation, which maybe it'll be a whole different lawsuit. Maybe he'll just get his own lawsuit. We'll see how it goes. Either way, next up, Los Angeles woman accused of trafficking weapons to Iran, or for Iran, one or the other. She was trying to make $70 million off this deal. Of course, she was probably talking to a Fed boy and didn't realize it, which is what I assume happened. But either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about the situation with Kash Patel. And also, I Googled, can President Trump appeal SCOTUS ruling against the tariffs? And it says no. President Trump cannot appeal the Supreme Court ruling against the tariffs because the Supreme Court is the highest judicial authority and the decisions are final. So no, he cannot appeal the whole tariff situation, which is why I think he just decided to pivot and do tariffs in a different legal strategy instead of appeal. But either way, hopping in the chat. Wrench, all those fuckers are drunk and coked up anyways. Oh yeah, I think so too. I think all those people on Capitol Hill are on something. Soldier Ragu, the whole government needs to go to AA. They do. They need AA and NA. They need both. Wrench, trying to take cash because of Swalwell. It could be. Matt Rogers, this crook should be worrying about himself. I think so too. Russell, Kash is competent, unlike the Biden administration. Yeah, absolutely. Soldier Ragu, is being an alcoholic really the worst thing going on in the FBI? I doubt it. Matt Rogers, I'd say Coke before alcohol for Kash. Yeah, he's usually sitting there all wide-eyed and stuff anytime he's a part of the White House Lives. He seems he's got too much spark for somebody that's an alcoholic. But who knows? What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Angry God? Happy freedom to you. Otters, how did it get overturned? Because it was waiting for SCOTUS to rule on it. SCOTUS hadn't ruled on it. It was a situation. From what I understand, the way that Roe vs. Wade happened is that it was a situation that was not ruled upon by SCOTUS. While they were waiting for SCOTUS to rule on it, these states built a bunch of laws based off this situation that was unresolved. And so until it went one way or the other, these states followed their own imposed laws when it came to abortions and stuff like that. When SCOTUS finally ruled on it, that made everything final. And so states that based their laws off Roe vs. Wade all fell apart because there was now a ruling on it. And so that's why they had to impose new laws in those states. That's why the lefties were losing their marbles. That's why they were saying their rights were taken away, even though it was never a right. It was because the laws were based on bullshit. They were based on purgatory, on something that was in limbo, something that hadn't been finalized yet. And so when SCOTUS made it final, everybody just had to deal with it. It wasn't an appeal. It was unresolved. And like I said, that's just my understanding of it. So it could be off a little bit. It could be totally off, but that's based on when we were covering that stuff live. That's how I understood it. Bulky, he can say that in Congress, members of Congress have absolute immunity for statements made during legislative activities. That's the law. Yeah, I forgot. He's on the House floor, so he can say whatever he wants, but still, he should be brought up in the lawsuit. Glass, it'd be impossible to do Cash's job and not drink heavily. Yeah, I think so too. Like Tom Homan, I bet Tom Homan drinks. Just looking at him and hearing him talk and stuff, I bet he drinks. I don't know if that, interferes with his job or not, but his job is hard for sure. Bulky, Patel's going to have a nice settlement coming to him. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you so much, Colty, for the doll here over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Colty. Thank you so much. Thank you for clarifying all of that. Was a great explanation. It really was helpful understanding. Thank you, Colty. Like I said, it may not be 100% accurate, but I read a lot about it when we were covering it live because I didn't understand what was happening. And the lefties were losing their marbles. They were saying, that their rights were taken away and stuff. So I was trying to fully understand. And that was the best I could come up with as far as an understanding of what happened with Roe vs. Wade. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. I see you got some biltong coming your way. Congrats to you. It's fantastic if you haven't had it yet. What's up, Freedom Heart? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lions Heart? Happy freedom to you. Cash is trash. You don't like Cash Patel? What's up, Bullseye? Happy freedom to you. Will Congress is allowed to lie without punishment? I think they made that law during the Civil War. Lincoln was locking up his critics. Yeah. I forgot that they got immunity while they're on the House floor. Because that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene and some other guy that I can't remember. I can never remember who he is. But her and some other guy, they were going to read a list of supposed clients of Epstein that was going to be provided by the victims of Epstein. And they were going to read it on the House floor because they had immunity. That way they couldn't get defamation lawsuits. But of course, that never happened. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene turned her back on MAGA. And that went the way that did. What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy freedom to you. If I can get you already. Cheeky Chops, yes, you were the first one to send me the biltong. What's up, Smelly? Happy freedom. Smelly, you think Cash is doing a great job? I'm surprised that people are so divided on Cash. I don't really feel one way or another. I just didn't like Pam Bondi, and now, she's off doing other things. Smelly source, trust me, bro. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He's a drunk. How do you know? Well, somebody told us that. Oh, okay. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, Los Angeles woman accused of trafficking weapons for Iran. What an idiot. She really thought she was going to make $70 million. She's wrong. She was wrong. All right, hooligans, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube. And let's get into this.
Now at 5:30, a woman arrested at LAX after officials say she tried to traffic arms to Iran. Welcome to the Fox 11 Weekend News. I'm Susan Hirosuna. U.S. officials say the 44-year-old Woodland Hills resident could face decades in prison if convicted. Fox 11's Rachel Aragon is live outside the district courthouse in downtown L.A., where the suspect is expected to make her first appearance tomorrow. Rachel.
Yeah, Susan, there have been several recent arrests, as you know, of Iranian nationals right here in the L.A. area. And the U.S. administration right now, they've made it very clear. They say they're not going to tolerate anyone who breaks the law and poses a threat to the U.S. A major arrest at LAX Saturday night. First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley posting on X saying that this woman, 44-year-old Shamim Mafi of Woodland Hills, was charged for allegedly brokering the sale of drones, bombs, bomb fuses, and millions of rounds of ammunition manufactured by Iran and sold to Sudan. U.S. officials say Mafi is an Iranian national who became a lawful permanent resident of the United States in 2016. According to the criminal complaint, she maintains a residence in Woodland Hills and travels frequently to Iran, Turkey, and other countries.
And it's got to be stopped.
As the war in Iran continues, some in the valley are applauding federal agents' action Saturday night at LAX.
It's magnificent that they're cracking down, and they have to stick to it. You know, you start a game, you finish it.
According to the complaint, law enforcement had learned Mafi, who is accused of trafficking arms for the Iranian government, was scheduled to travel from LAX to Turkey Saturday night. Now, if convicted, Mafi could face a maximum of 20 years in federal prison. She's also expected to make her first court appearance tomorrow afternoon right here in downtown LA. Reporting live, I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
Well, Rachel, any theory as to how much these alleged deals to sell Iranian-made weapons, how much is that worth?
Yeah, looking closer at that criminal complaint, Susan, it appears in the tens of millions of dollars. I believe I saw one contract estimated around $70 million for drones. So a lot of money here, allegedly, that was been dealing.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. Rachel, thank you.
Okay. Now, her charges are unclear because of the way the laws wrote, I guess. I was trying to nail down what exactly she's charged with. I mean, obviously she was trying to traffic weapons to Iran, which is not a good deal, but the way that it's wrote is kind of, I don't know, it's hard to paraphrase, I guess. Let me see if I can figure it out. She violated a code is how the charges are. Let's see, charges. Oh, is this going to be just difficult to find all of a sudden? I had it earlier. Let me see if I can find it. It says she's being charged under 50 U.S.C. 1705 for violating the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or the IEEPA, and Arms Export Control Act. That's what she's being charged with. And that doesn't exactly roll right off the tongue there. So either way, that's what she did. But she migrated here in 2016 from Iran. She was arrested at LAX after trying to broker a deal with Iran, or at least that's what she thought she was doing. She was trying to sell them drones, explosives, fuses, and millions of rounds of ammunition. They're saying she's facing 20 years in prison. I assume deportation is going to be included with that somewhere. They say that she was offered more than $70 million for this supposed deal. Now, was she actually trying to do this like with somebody in Iran, or was she actually talking to a Fed boy? Because that whole being offered $70 million thing is kind of like writing your own headline. If you're a Fed boy and you're talking to some bad guy and they're really interested in supporting terrorism, then you kind of have the opportunity to be like, when this person gets arrested, how much do we want to say they were offered? You know, because they're making the number up. So they're like, well, let's offer her $70 million. That'll look good in the news. Is that what happened? Or was she actually communicating with Iran and the Fed boys found out, right? Like they got involved, leaked text message kind of situation. Did they access the chat and find out she was being offered $70 million from Iran? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Otherwise, she is an idiot. It doesn't matter how it went. She is stupid. She came here. She migrated here legally. She was legitimately an American, and she thought this would be a good idea. Now she's going to do 20 years, and like I said, if she doesn't die in prison, chances are she'll be deported afterwards, because this is absolutely a violation of her legal status to support, you know, our enemies, or to do anything like this. These are federal crimes and stuff, so she's screwed no matter what. Next up, 8 children killed in somewhere for a domestic shooting. This is an awful story. Something awful that happened. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about this idiot that was trying to supply weapons to Iran. Iran's treason, death penalty. Yeah, I don't know. They don't have summarized charges like that, but they're giving her 20 years. Maybe. She's potentially facing 20 years. Son Eagleman talking about Cash Patel. Who cares as long as he does his job? Yeah. As long as Cash is doing the thing, you know, let him drink when he's not at work. They're the ones that made alcohol legal. Alcohol is such a trap. It's such a trap. You, like, as far as, like, legal system goes, if they know you drink, they will use it against you, even though it's legal. If you do drugs, they treat you like a victim. You're a victim of addiction. But if you drink alcohol, oh no, you're a bad person because you legally drink alcohol. I think that's so crazy. But that's why I mean, it's a trick. It's a trick. That's why the laws are built the way they are. What's up, Max Anger? Happy freedom to you. Colty, it kind of sounds like one of those FBI setup to get there. Yeah, that's what I think too, Colty. I think that she was probably talking to a Fed boy and thought it was somebody in Iran and it wasn't. Ramsey, we need to bump those punishments up to capital. Yeah. They're a little bit too soft on these criminals who are committing big time crime. Like we covered a video that was talking about a CCP person that was smuggling in, it wasn't salmonella, it was something like that though. E. coli. They were trying to smuggle E. coli in directly from China, and they were trying to weaponize it or whatever. And I think that person was only facing 10 years or something like that. And it doesn't seem like that's enough for somebody who's doing such big crime. You know, it's easy to do little crime here in the U.S. It's walking down the street, you could be breaking 4 or 5 laws. But these people are going above and beyond. They're trying to do big things with other countries and stuff, and then they're not really getting that much time, in my opinion. What's up, Chris? Happy freedom to you. War crimes, yeah. Last 30 years in prison for that kind of crime is not long enough. Yeah, I think the punishment should be more severe, trying to orchestrate big crimes like this. Total Care still waiting for convictions. Yeah. Bulky should be life without parole. Yeah, it should be severe for sure. Colty, her name is Woodland Hills, or is that just where she lives, or both? That's where she lives. Because she's technically an American now because she legally migrated here. Like she came here legitimately, but then she decided to make bad choices, screw her whole life up. What's up, Mobile? Happy freedom to you. Kaz, Bondi sucked ass, and I think most agree on that. Yeah, I think so too. The only time I've seen anybody talking good about Bondi, they were talking about her looks, but not her performance. Bright Gaming, that's right. I got Bill Tong thanks to Anton and Gina. That's badass. Bright Gaming. Heck yeah, they are awesome. And that Bill Tong is fantastic. What's up, Metallica? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Maria? Happy freedom to you. Blondebeard, you think Trump turned his back on MAGA? So you think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is more MAGA than Trump is now? Is that what you're saying? Lion's Heart, that woman is a plant to extort weapons for blood money. Like if the CIA went to their country to purchase opioids, but she got caught. Let me give you a 10 mil for 50 mil in product. Yeah, it could be. She could be an asset that didn't work out. You never know. Sneaky. People are sneaky. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us in the voice chat, Sam. Everybody was excited to see you. Wrench, yeah, exactly. Bulky, apparently she was under FBI surveillance since 2021, had 62 document contacts with Iranian intelligence officials. Interesting. Thank you for looking that up, Bulky. Huh. Maybe she was an asset to them and not to us. Interesting. It's very interesting. Either way, moving forward here. Like I said, 8 children killed in Shreveport. I think Russell was telling me that's how it's said. In a domestic shooting. This is an awful story. But before we get into this tragedy here, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick that you should go join jeffmaclive.com. Go set you up a profile. Create posts for Hooligans Alley, the forums, and the group chats. Plus, watching the live is a lot more fun with memes and gifs in the chat. There's tons of things to do and new things happening every day. Select a free membership to get started. I'll drop this link really quick. You can click it and start off with a free membership. Give you limited access. See how things go. You can see if you want to spend the $10 for the month. All right. There you go. There's a link. Did thing. Let's get into this tragic story here. Now, the only thing they don't, or at least I haven't been able to find, is why this person did this. I got a lot of details wrote down. I even Googled some stuff. I watched like 5 videos that are all about this story here. I just can't figure out why he did it, and I don't know. Maybe we'll figure out in the next couple days. Either way, once again, 8 children killed in Shreveport domestic shooting. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Shreveport, where police say a man killed 8 children, including 7 of his own. A small memorial has now been placed outside the house where the children were shot and killed. Thanks for being with us here on The Noon Show. I'm Jesus Martinez. Behind me is that memorial. The oldest of the children, only 11 years old. The youngest was just 3. Jason Allen is in Shreveport with the latest.
Police say Shamar Elkins killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, in an execution-style shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana, early Sunday morning.
When he returned here, he began to execute children.
The incident started as a domestic dispute around 5 in the morning. According to police, Elkins shot a woman in the face at one house, then went to the house where his children were and shot another woman. Police say he pursued the children, even as some of them tried to escape.
Were they crawling out of windows to get onto a roof?
Yes, so actually this house right here that you see behind us, there's a window right above the garage. They actually climbed out of that window, we believe, and unfortunately one of the children was actually located deceased on the roof. So we are working to determine, we do believe that he shot the child while the child was on the roof trying to get away.
Police say the shooter then stole a vehicle from a driver at gunpoint and led officers on a multi-parish chase. When he stopped in a neighborhood and got out with a gun, officers shot and killed him.
We believe there were multiple weapons used here. There is a handgun that was recovered at this scene, and then there was a rifle-style handgun that was recovered on his person.
One of the adults shot was the wife of the shooter. Both women are hospitalized and expected to live. Photos posted to the gunman's Facebook page show him with several children. One posted just 2 weeks ago, captioned, "With all my kids, what a blessed day."
The kids played in the yard every evening.
Fred Montgomery lives directly across the street. He said there were no signs the shooter would do something like this.
Just yesterday evening, he was sitting on the porch, and I waved at him. He waved back. The children were in the yard playing, and I just come in the house. And then this morning, we woke up to all of this.
Elkins had previously pleaded guilty to a weapons charge. That was back in 2019, but police are still looking for answers as to what it was that prompted this shooting. Jason Allen, CBS News, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. So like I said, lots of details there, and I got even more in my notes, but I'm not sure exactly why he did it. So anyways, they're saying that this guy killed 8 children after shooting 2 women. 7 of the kids were his, 1 was not. The youngest was 3 years old, and the oldest was 11 years old. They say that the officers actually found the body of one of them on the roof trying to escape. He had stole a car from a driver at gunpoint. The police stopped him after a police chase, and he was killed when he got out of the vehicle with a gun. They think that he had more than one firearm. And in a separate video that I had watched, like I said, I watched a few of these videos and Googled some stuff. They're saying that the 2 women he shot, they are alive, but they're in critical condition. He was a former member of the Louisiana Army National Guard, where he served for 7 years, but he was never deployed. And I don't think they even provide that information in that video, which makes you question if he has legal status and all this other stuff, which is why I Googled it, because I want to know more information. At this point, the only thing I don't understand is why did he do it? You know, he's obviously a disciplined person if he served 7 years. Did he snap? Did he have a bad day? Was his livelihood threatened? What caused this GTA moment here where he just lost all of his marbles? You know, it's unclear. I'll see if I can find more information on it. I don't know if we'll have a follow-up or not, but maybe in the next day or so I can figure out why he did it. Next up, we get the last little bit of the news, and it is lefties losing it. Today it's titled Delusional Megan claims she is the most trolled person on earth. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this tragedy. 8 kids killed, including the guy who did it, right? Dad did it. It's terrible. Ranch is crazy. The dude snapped. Yeah. Russell, too much child support. I think one of the women he shot was the mother. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many baby mamas he's got. You know, life's difficult. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just missing a few details here. Man, Rogers, sounds like if I can't have the kids, no one can. Yeah, and maybe that was the situation. Maybe there was some sort of separation that was getting ready to happen. Russell, a tragic story. Yeah, absolutely. Snooks, I couldn't watch all these. Too sad. Yeah. Hair juicer, a rifle style handgun. Is that what they said in the video? All I wrote down was firearm. I didn't write pistol or rifle or anything. But I know that they said that they believed he had 2 because he left one of the firearms at the scene. But then when he had got out of the vehicle that he stole after a high-speed chase, he had a gun in his hand when he got out. So they believe he had more than one firearm on him. David, I don't think it's genetic. My brothers and sisters are black and they've never done anything like this. Sip Nishada, happy freedom to you. Coltia did say rifle style handgun, whatever the fuck that is. A rifle style handgun. The only thing I could think of that would make a softie say some shit like that would be like the AR style pistols, or like Scorpions, like the AKs that are pistol style. So they look like a rifle when you initially see it, but if it doesn't have the rear stock or a foregrip, then usually it's a pistol. So maybe that's what they were talking about. Ramsey AR pistols are a thing. Yeah, maybe that's what they were talking about. Angry God, they're still trying to find out if he shot himself. The videos I watched said the police smoked him. They all said that. I mean, it doesn't mean it's true. I'm just saying that's the information that I had gathered. David, you thought I was going to ban you because we disagree? I don't even know what to fucking say to that. I don't even know what to say to that. If you want to be a racist piece of shit, then I can go ahead and throw the ban hammer, but us disagreeing isn't necessarily going to cause you to get hit like I'm Thor. Chris, shooting your own children is the lowest. Absolutely. I don't know how anybody could even do that. I have no idea how somebody could do something like that. Corley, happy freedom to you. People are just off the hook. Crazy nowadays. Yeah. Total care, so sad. Yeah, I agree. Otters, people are evil. People are evil, but life is also hard. I'm not providing excuses for this piece of shit, but I'm just saying life is hard. And with life being hard, it puts all that extra pressure on people. So people who are not held together as well as others seems to split the seams more often now, right? Because life itself is so difficult. And so people who don't have their shit together, they're more likely to snap because of the conditions we all live in. Glass, he snapped. We probably will never know why. It's so sad. Yeah, and that's definitely a possibility too. They may not have a reason why. Dunn, have you seen the post from the White House 2 hours ago hypnotizing you into downloading the White House app? No, I have heard that there's some strange stuff being posted by the White House on X. I forgot to look it up before the live. I just scrolled past some videos that were some hearsay, some gossip, and I forgot to go check on it. But I'll check on the White House page on X after the live, and maybe we'll have some videos for tomorrow, because I guess there's a few cryptic messages that are being posted. But again, I just heard it through gossip. What's up, Crystals? Happy freedom to you. Chris, was he on antipsychotic drugs? Well, that's what I mean. Like, I wonder if we can find some more information about the situation. I'm not assuming we're going to find a manifesto or anything like that, but, you know, if they could tell us maybe he was having mental issues from serving, maybe he was on meds, maybe he had other mental issues that were not related to him serving, maybe it was some sort of divorce happening or some sort of separation, argument over custody, things like that. It's hard to say, but maybe we can find more information about it in the next 24 hours. Reg, hopefully he wasn't MAGA or we're all screwed. I don't know if they would admit that he's MAGA. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about that yet. Yes, no, because I know I'm providing rope here. Done. The one I saw a video that looked like tie-dye pulsing different colors, and post said, "You know you want to." Interesting, Dutton. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I haven't even looked up the White House app. I know they're trying to do like their own journalism, which is kind of interesting. With President Trump, it's entertaining, but if Biden was putting something like this out, everybody would assume it's the new Blue Sky. They would assume it's the new propaganda app, because you're getting journalism directly from the White House, which is the government. And so that's, like I said, it's entertaining with President Trump, but if it was anybody else, I'd be a little bit more suspicious about it. The White House app, that is. Sam, I don't get enough credit for acting far less insane than I am. Sam, you jump out of perfectly well-flying airplanes. We can see it, okay? You're not masking it that well. Chris, whatever the reason is, there's never a good reason to kill kids. Absolutely. You are absolutely right. Glass, maybe Klaus snapped last night. You better feed him some fancy feast tonight. He better keep him snapping him. He better stop snapping. That's what he better stop doing. He's getting fancy feast today because he's been a good boy, but if he ever does that shit again, he's getting relocated. He's getting deported. I'm deporting Klaus Daniels. Better straighten out. Better straighten out. Appreciate you, Lion's Heart. Maria, my daughter is hiking the AT. She doesn't have to deal with all this bad news. What is the AT? Blondebeard, I think there no longer is MAGA. You think MAGA's falling apart? I know quite a few people feel that way. Smelly, I don't get it. Are you talking about why the guy snapped? Yeah, I don't know why he would do that. The way they describe it is horrific. Saying that the children were fleeing as he was shooting them. Like, it's fucking horrific. What's up, TBD? Happy freedom to you. Sandra's Library, I was wondering what a rifle-style handgun meant, too. That's the only thing I could think of is like an AR-style pistol or the AK-style pistols. TBD, the Appalachian Trail. Oh, that's what AT is. Oh, thank you for letting me know. I've never heard of that before. Oh, all of you guys knew there was the Appalachian Trail. Well, I'm sorry that I live under a rock. That's why I have all of you guys here, so we can all figure this out together. That's why I love when people are saying that I'm spreading fake news or I'm lying or whatever, because I don't provide the information. We just watch it and we all talk about it. That's not me lying. Sometimes I misunderstand things, but I don't intentionally lie, and I definitely don't tell the stories. We just watch them together. What you got here, man, Rogers? What is this? Extra hot diced tomatoes with ghost peppers and some creamy tomato with penne. That sounds like that's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for my legs to heal so I can eat spicy stuff again. Hair juicer hiking at the AT is hardcore. I don't know anything about it. I'm going to have to Google it. Corley, my wife told me it was Appalachian Trail. Your wife is smart. Unlike me, because I had no idea what that was. What's up, Daniel? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mark? Happy freedom to you. Sundays Library, you didn't know what it was either. I don't think I'm close enough to it. That's why I didn't know. That's why I'm blaming it on. Russell, reminder, Shreveport, and ticks. All right, I will write you a reminder, Russell. I still got the reminder from last week. We were supposed to look up the Bermuda Triangle stuff, but we ran out of time. We'll look up that stuff in this voice chat on Friday. Cultius in Tennessee and a bunch of other states. Yeah, the Appalachian Mountains. I think I've drove through there on the way to Florida a couple times, but it was a long time ago. I wasn't brushed up on my geography like I am now. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, we got Lefties Losing It coming up. Today it is titled, if this will load. All right, today it's titled Delusional Megan Claims That She is the Most Trolled Person on Earth. Now, before we get into this, what color is Rita wearing today? Hair juicer working and larking. You got reasonable temperatures today, hair juicer. I know it's a little cooler out today. Hair juicer saying yeller. Corley, they got real shapeshifters there in the Appalachian Mountains. I believe it. What's up, Guy Sig? Happy freedom to you. Guy Sig. Are you talking about the AT, the Appalachian Trail, is awesome and dangerous? Don't go into the woods unless you carry appropriate weapons and gear. That makes sense. Let me see. Crystal saying orange. Glass saying blue. Kevin saying red. Dunn saying snow white. Corley saying green. Colty saying construction cone orange. Guy Sig saying she's wearing blue or white. Let's see, white, black pinstripes. You gotta pick one, Guy Sig. You can't have a double guess here. Appeal to Evan, happy freedom to you. Peach with a white shirt. Otters is saying green. Russell saying pink. Guess I'm saying vaginal violet. There you go. Very nice. Hair juicer, temperature's much better. Last week sucked. Well, I'm glad you're doing better today with the temps. Sam saying magenta. Snooks, I'm in the middle of doing something right now, but I can look at it in a second. Angry God saying blue. Puff Stuff, you just saying Sydney Sweeney? That's not a color. Come on, man. Guy said going with black, white pinstripes today. Rappy saying yellow and black. Cass saying red. Ramsey saying red. You got lots of red today. Bullseye, it's okay. They don't know what the UP is. That's the thing. I forgot about that. You're right. Metallica saying blue. Agent O saying red. Lee saying red. What's up, Plukester? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Canuck? Happy freedom to you. So, Sanchez Library saying red. TBD saying pink. Canuck saying snow mold gray. Very nice. Let me see. Plukester, it's Earth Day. She's wearing green. Sandra's Library, happy 420 to you. I'm mad at myself that I forgot it was 420. I was going to wear my green shirt today. Snooks, pasties and a coochie wrap. What is a coochie wrap? That's when you're trying to save that coochie for later. You just throw it in the wrap. Bogus saying red and white. Make sure we get everybody. Cass, green's good, but I'm sticking with red. Make sure we get these last bets here. Corley's saying purple and blue. I think that might be the last one. Today, Rita is wearing these colors. No matter what I say, I'm going to be wrong. It's a form of purple, and the undershirt is a form of blue. Now, I don't know how I'm wrong, but I'm sure you guys will tell me. Hit that like button. Let's get into this.
With a man who's not only hopelessly inept, but is also dangerous, a true hard-left ideologue. Here is Minnesota governor and failed VP candidate Tampon Tim Walz in Spain, calling his political opponents fascists.
We've got a feeble-minded, trigger-happy president who plunged us into a war where no threat was present, with no clear objectives and no exit plan. We need to call that what it is. That's fascism. Or at least it's fascist curious, as they would be.
First question, why is he in Spain? And why does a man his age not understand a term like fascism? And yet he insists on using that word over and over again. Let's stay with the Democrats and hear from a blue-haired Congresswoman, Rosa DeLauro, who is having a meltdown about milk.
If I were the head of HHS, I would, by God, say, don't take raw milk. It is dangerous to your health. And if you can't say that, well, maybe there's some other conclusions that can be drawn.
Oh dear. And to New York now, and this is the Democrats' future Marxism. Here is Zoran Mamdani and former President Barack Hussein Obama doing story time. It's never too early to indoctrinate young minds, comrades.
Round and round, round and round, wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
What the hell? I think I prefer drag queens doing story time compared to that. And that brings me to trans activist Lily Tino. Here he dresses up as children's entertainer Miss Rachel to speak to the young'uns, and he claims here that your gender is determined by the hat the doctor gives you. What?
Can you say cisgender? Good job. But what does cisgender mean? When somebody is born, the doctor gives them a hat. Which hat you get is a really big deal because it tells the world a lot about you. Hopefully the hat that the doctor gives you fits.
Yeah, the doctor just gives you a hat. Biological reality, nothing to do with it. I'm loving this analogy. I wonder how far he can stretch these cis-trans terms. To the moon and back?
Some people think that trans and cis are bad words, but they're not. They're just opposites, like up or down or left or right. Everyone uses cis and trans, even astronauts. For example, let's say an astronaut blasts off from Earth towards the moon. Cis means the same side. So when the astronaut is on the same side of the moon as Earth is, they are in cis lunar space. Trans means opposite side. So once you blast off past the moon onto the other side, you are in trans lunar space.
Netflix is going to give that dude a show any minute now. Just you wait. Now, while the hysterical lefties and the panicans on the right work themselves into a frenzy with their harebrained analysis of the Iran war, here's a 30-second summary of Donald Trump's recent foreign policy outcomes from a social media content provider who manages to deliver sharper analysis than the pundits on many of the major networks.
Trump is such a jerk. He threatened to attack Panama. Trump just kicked China out of Panama, so they have no influence now. Trump just illegally took Maduro out of Venezuela. We control all of Venezuela's oil now, and we've completely kicked China out of the Western Hemisphere. Trump is just like Hitler. He's threatening to invade Greenland. Greenland just made a deal with us, and we're working great together now. Trump is so stupid. He just attacked Iran, and we can't win that war. And if they shut down the Strait of Hormuz, the world's going to run out of energy anymore. Everyone's sending their oil tankers to America to buy American energy now. We've officially become the #1 energy provider of the world. How does he keep doing this?
The focus is always America first. And you see, it's all about the outcomes, while the media are frantic about the process and the mean tweets. You know, the very tactics that get the results. Joining me now is Newsweek's senior editor.
All right. I didn't know they were doing gay space. That whole cis stuff, I've never had it explained to me, especially by a pedophile, until now. So, I mean, that's, you know, that's entertaining. Real entertaining. Space is gay. I didn't know that. Anyways, that is the last little bit of the news. We are going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to be cracking open today's door of the puzzle advent calendar that was provided by Watchmen. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Colty, and it's titled The Jeep Pogo Stick. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Slide Dog, and it's titled Not Fit, Just Funny. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. Ranch, I think the Dems are already on LSD. I think you're right. They got their psychedelic drugs early. Here, Jews are on Mustache Man's birthday. Do better, Rita. I forgot it was his birthday. Russell, I didn't get a hat when I was born. I got a wiener. Matt Rogers just creating definitions as he goes. Yeah. He had to stop to take moments to see if anyone was believing him. Guess I'm the aliens would smoke him? Probably. The aliens are like, oh no, we're going to have to put this one down. Sam teaching kiddos sexuality. Yeah, he's a weirdo. He should be investigated immediately. Guess a Jeep Pogo Stick. Who sent that? Damn it, I want names. You'll see, guess You're going to be ordering one by the end of the live. I peeled Evan. My mom works in the school system. 5th graders talking about shapeshifters. Yeah, I've seen that too. Courtly, a helmet or an anteater? I've never heard it described like that, but yeah. What's up, Dusto? Happy freedom to you. Dusto throwing chapstick. Yeah, just a little bit here. Getting wound up. Chris, TDS is a mental illness. Yeah, they're suffering big time. Plasquag, yeah, someone's in space, all right. Yep. Off his rocker. Glass, how has humanity lasted this long? Because we didn't have kid gloves on life until now. The lockdowns really hurt us. The political correctness is cancer. That's what actually happened. Allowing political correctness to have any say in anything has been cancer on our free speech, and it's bled out into our other rights as well. What's up, MW? Happy freedom to you. MW, female in their voiceovering with male, talk about indoctrinating. I know, I think that was a dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm referencing something else, but yeah. Those weirdos need to keep to themselves. Definitely need to stay away from children. Sandra's like, that's the stupidest crap yet. Yep, you are right. They never run out of bullshit, though. There's always more, just lurking around the corner. Matt Rogers, my daughter had outdoor school last week. I picked her up early. She said that she felt uncomfortable and unsafe because of the shapeshifter high school kids. That's messed up, Matt Rogers. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's how effective the brainwashing is when you can see the kids participating in it, because it's all promoted by the parents who believe it. Gossig. You join the membership program, but you don't have access to the emotes. Yeah, I don't see your tower or anything either. Hold on, let me refresh the page and see if it'll show me on my end. No. Did you join locals instead of joining the member? What button did you press? How far back do we go? What kind of device are you on? Are you using the Rumble app or are you on the browser? Because one button will make you join locals, which is like their social media, but it doesn't give you any of the perks in the chat. It still sends support, but you don't have access to emojis and stuff like that. If you did join the correct membership program, which I don't have control over this is just how Rumble does their stuff, and I can't do anything about it. But if you did join the correct membership program by clicking the red subscribe button, you might have to log out and log back in order to see your benefits in the chat. This happens sometimes. I don't know why though. It's usually one or the other. Either you need to log out and log back in, or you actually join locals instead of the Rumble membership program. Let me see. Guess you see my tower? Not yet, big guy. Not yet. Guys are cracking me up. My eyeball twitches drive me crazy. Sam. Got Sig. That might be locals. Let me see if there's a way for me to even get to the locals page so I can show you. Oh, actually, I bet it's on the link list. Let me look really quick and then we're going to get into the fun stuff here. Let me find locals. Did it look like this? Because this is locals. It might look different on a phone, but it should look like that. If that's locals, there's no page for the Rumble one. It's a pop-up, which I wish they would do it differently. But like I said, I don't have control over it. Thank you so much, Bulky, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're a badass, Bulky. Thank you for making more hooligans. Guys, Sig, I will help you figure this out in a second. We're going to get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to be cracking open today's door of the puzzle advent calendar. It was provided by Watchmen. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals. Buy me a coffee. You can send something to the P.O. box, or you can even send crypto. Now, like I said, we're going to see what we get today from this puzzle advent calendar. It was sent by Watchmen. Now, I think today is day 5. Let me figure out where 5 is here. Let me see. Move some things around. Everything's double stacked, so I gotta figure out where 5 is. There it is. If I can dig it out of the box. There we go. There we go. All right, like I said, today is day 5. Cause Daniels can't even stand looking at me. What did we get today? What is this? Oh, actually, I figured this out. This was Saturdays, I believe. Let me see if we can do this really quick, and then we'll do the other one. Let me see. If I can figure this out. I was doing it a lot yesterday. Now watch me not be able to figure it out. It happens. Come on. Because I think this next one's going to be just like this. Where is the angled pieces? Bam. I did it. Okay, that was Saturday's right there. I told you I figured it out. I only had to watch like 6 videos. This is today's. And it's 2 separate pieces here. I'm going to figure this out real quick. As quick as I can figure it out. Now let me see. Oh, I'm going to get it stuck. That's what I told her. Go this way. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not going to be able to figure this out. Could be another one where I'm going to have to look it up. Maybe. Getting ideas. People being loud in the hallway. Wow, so close, but I got it. I got it figured out. I don't know why that was such a tight squeeze. That's what I told her. Very explicit. Anyways, we did it. We figured out today's. No cheating. Didn't even have to look at the little cheat sheet here. We did it. Thank you so much, Watchmen. Really appreciate you. Thank you for sending the advent calendar. Badass. Let's get into some funny videos, you hooligans. Like I said, this first one is provided by Colty. Let's get this pulled up. It's going to be a huge hit with all the Jeep owners here. Like I said, this is provided by Colty. It's titled The Jeep Pogo Stick.
Alright, Nathan, what do we got?
Got my Super Duty pogo stick.
So, 96 Jeep Cherokee front coil spring.
Yeah.
Alright.
Jeep's good for things besides squirting people.
Get him, Wrangler! Alright, Nathan, what do we got?
Yes, and that's for when your boyfriend is tired of carrying you. I've been waiting all this live to say that stupid shit. Anyways, getting into our official funny video of the day. Let me see. Guy Sig, are you Lion's Heart? Because I think he joined the website. That's what I think happened. Anyways, like I said, this is our official funny video of the day. This is provided by Sly Dog and it's titled Not Fit, Just Funny.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a fitness model. I'm the before picture.
What do you do for a living?
You know that worked and he got laid. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this link really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. Then we are raiding out over on Rumble. Grab my link here. Grab me right by the link. That's what I told her. And then she told me no. So here's the link list link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday. You got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. All right, like I said, we're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and we are raiding out over on Rumble. Got Sig. You joined the website. That's what you did. I was sitting here trying to figure it out in the background. And something cool that we do on the website to keep track of things is when you join the website, you automatically get entered into these groups. And so, yes, you have joined us over here on jeffmaclive.com. You are official. I know that's not what you meant to do, but you're welcome to stay with us on the website. It is the place to be. Otherwise, I could issue a refund if you really want, and you could just join Rumble. The only time you can join the Rumble membership program is while we are live, though. I wish they would change that. I have a bunch of ideas. I wish Rumble Rick would let me air them. Either way, we're going to read through the chat really quick, and like I said, we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. See, I knew you guys were going to like the Jeep Pogo stick. Guess I'd pound that all day. Like I said, you'll be ordering one before the live's over. Sam, that looks dangerous. Yeah. One of those ends pop off. It's going to be a dangerous situation. Sam, absolutely. I don't know if they're logged in right now. Let me see. Well, they're not in the chat. Snooks, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Lionsheart, you could join us in the live over on the website now. You can see everything that our chat has to offer. Dusto couldn't stop worrying for the dog. Yeah, because of the spring pressure and all of that. How do I say your name? Falcone? Is that how I say it? Either way, happy freedom to you. Appreciate you joining us. Total Carrot Claw's plotting his next attack. He better not. He better not. TBD, thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. I ain't got balance like that. You're not big with the pogo stick. I don't know if I could do one either. I think I might have played on a pogo stick once or twice. Not the kind of way you guys were thinking. I want to say it was probably a teenager. I don't know if I could do it. I'm 225 pounds. I don't know if my heavy ass should be on a pogo stick. Lance Harry, you got gifted a membership on Rumble. You're doubling up on your memberships here. Styling. Hooligans can't get enough of you. Guess you always outdoing me. Gotta one-up me all the time. Let me see. All right, Hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I can hear people talking in the hallways, throwing me off. Anyways, it is that time once again. We are going to be raiding out over on Rumble. We have to cut off Twitch because the raid is against community guidelines over there because their guidelines suck. So if you're watching on Twitch right now and you'd like to be a part of the raid, you're welcome to join us over on X, Blaze, Kick, YouTube, Rumble, or jeffmaclive.com. Otherwise, I will see you Twitch Hooligans tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Everybody else just sit tight. We got this raid coming up. Alright, did the thing. Let's make sure Twitch is disconnected before we show this explicit raid. Alright, we are good to go. Let's figure out who we're raiding today. Quiet Part Podcast is live. I don't know if we've ever raided them. They've raided us a couple times, though. We could do that. Let me see. What is this? Oh, I think they're wrapping it up. Yeah, I think they're wrapping up their live. Well, that's okay. Salty Grover's live. I think they just started. Actually, I don't even think they're on the screen yet. Well, let me see. Rotella's live. Mike Schwartz. That's where Polish is. Well, I guess let's do that, I suppose. Let me see if they actually read the chat. I can't tell. I can't tell if they actually read the chat or not. But that's okay. We're going to give it our best shot. Let me get this rolling. There we go. All right, hooligans. Hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding.
We'll be doing a comedy bit for George. What about George? They said make the whole thing about George. I said I don't want to do a roast of George. I could get a whole gang of Chris Perry will show up with the jackets on, the vests on. I have a vest. Yep. I might bring my vest, but I don't want Chris Perry showing up.
You are not putting that vest in your carry-on, and you are not wearing it in the airport. So
Jeff Mack has just raided the show. Jeff Mack, what's going on? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. I don't know Jeff Mack. Let me go see. Let me go follow Jeff Mack's show right now. Let me see. Jeff Mack. Here we go. 7.77 thousand followers. He's got a lot of stuff up here. He's got a lot of views up here. Jeff, what's going on? The good-looking guy over there. Oh, he's playing Rita Panahi. I play Rita Panahi all the time. Look at that. He plays Trump. I play Trump all the time. Look, I'm going to give him a follow right now. See how that works? It's the Jeff Mack Live Coffee with Hooligans. jeffmaclive.com. Thanks, Jeff, for popping in the show. Look at that. See that? You can go over real quickly. So quickly and give him a follow. Thank him. Say Jeff Mack sent you. All right, I got to do this one more time. Now that Jeff is here, I can play this for Jeff Mack.
Schwartz be with you.
You and all of you. I was getting toward the end of the show. I hate when people end at the right at the end of the show. I'm like, I'm almost done.
I still have to pack.
What's this? I don't understand this.
I have work to do tonight. I have to go to a facility in the morning. I still have to pack.
Terry, you know how long it takes men to pack?
Oh, me 5 minutes.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Good stuff. Very nice, and we actually did get a shout out. Very cool. All right, we're gonna read through really quick, but we are wrapping her up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And thanks for being with us, Matt Rogers. Enjoy the rest of your day. Here, Juicer, what the hell is this? This is happening off camera over here. The pogo stick goodness. We need pogo sticks in the Olympics. That's what this is telling me. Hey, thanks for being with us, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sam, I'm over here trying to lose weight. Oh, we just gain weight over here. It's a sign of wealth. I could afford to lose a few pounds, I'm sure. Somebody was calling me chubby the other day, actually. Or maybe they're talking about my wiener. I'm not sure. Appreciate you, Plastic Quack. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you, Rappy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you being with us. I was going to say night, but it's still daytime outside. Very nice. Thank you, Dusto. You be safe as well. Thank you for hanging out today. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Thank you, Otters. Falcone. Twitch's ass. Yeah. I agree. Appreciate you, MU. Thank you for being with us today. What's up, Find a Fix? Happy freedom to you. What was the reason the veteran did the killing? We don't know. That's the only thing about the story that we don't know. We don't know why he did it. But he was brutal about it. Thank you for hanging out with us, Sandra's Library. Have a good night. Thank you, TBD. Appreciate you, Wrench. Enjoy the rest of your day. Much love to you, Sam. Thank you. All right, hooligans. I think we are good. Appreciate you, Dutton. Thank you for hanging out today. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, you guys, we are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys hanging out and helping me cover the news and making the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Go find yourself some good food, have fun, and be safe. And I will try and do the same. and make your way back to us tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.